Just finished my pond project here and it went quite well, but during that time I was faced with the reality that this sidewalk was not being supported at all anymore, which I kind of knew, but once I dug into this, faced with the reality of how bad the settling was under it, I had to start being honest with myself. And that self-reflection led to I've been ignoring a gutter problem for way too long. And that is, this gutter on the front of our house overflows right in this area. And if you look at this gutter, it runs the entire length of the house across the garages to a single downspout. I've played with the pitch on this thing, tried to raise it up here as much as possible, but to the reality of flowing this much water for that long around two corners just doesn't work. So I've toyed with the idea of adding a downspout on this end, but you can see we've got the decorative column here on the front porch. I don't really want to attach it to that, or I would have to run it all the way back to the house and then down, and then I need to get that water away from the house. The other option is in front of the garage here, put a downspout here, but we've got the address. I don't want to mess that up. We could go over here, which now we're 3/4 or more along the length, and put it down in front of this light and the decorative stone. That's not ideal, and then it dumps out onto the driveway. Now if we take a look at the driveway, if we dump it down on the driveway, it would be ideal. We've got a good pitch on here. The water would run to the road and go where all the rest of the rainwater goes. But the problem there is we live in central Wisconsin, and for at least 4 months out of the year, the reality of that rainwater or melting snow and ice to refreeze on the driveway is extremely high. So that just creates ice on your driveway, which is not ideal. I was searching the interwebs for ideas on what to do here, and I came across the rain chain. So the rain chain, I guess, has been out for quite some time, new to me. We're gonna put a rain chain on. I'm hoping this installation is pretty easy. It looks like it should be. Here we've got our rain chain, which we went with this silver pewter color to match kind of the gray of the house. I think the 100% copper ones look pretty sweet. You have to pay for them, of course. This one is about 50 bucks. Those are around 100. I would have done that, but my wife, rightfully so, said that doesn't really match the house. But the chain itself hangs from the gutter. So in this case, all we have to do is install this adapter piece. If you already have a downspout and you're replacing the downspout with the rain chain, this adapter on Amazon, link in the video description for the chain and this adapter piece is there. And this one is, if you already have the rectangular hole for a downspout, it provides more surface area. So all you have to do is have a hole and use some silicone and stick this guy on. We don't need this. We don't have a downspout. What we do need is to make a hole. So this is about 2-inch outside diameter. I've got a 2 1/8 inch hole saw. So we're gonna start with a hole, put some silicone on here, pop it down. You can see there was a little bit of standing water in this part of the gutter. Again, the pitch is wrong. But we got our hole in, and then I just wiped the area off with a towel to make sure it was dry. Applied the silicone to the underside of the adapter, and then just set it down in place. There is a through bolt on this adapter piece to hang the chain from. There are other options that the chain comes with, but this is the one I'm going to use. I think the idea of these, that they do reach all the way to the ground. We got a couple things going on here. This is an 8.5 foot long. Got 9-foot walls on the first floor, plus the slope or the grade is going away at this point. So I expected it to be short. I don't think I care. We'll see what the first rain, how it reacts. But that was pretty easy to install. And it is quite windy today. And it seems relatively stable. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And if it is, I can hook a weight at the bottom I don't want too much weight on the gutter to distort that, but looks like it should be good. The first rain through the rain chain, you can see a leaf made its way through that opening, but we're still getting a good flow. And as long as it makes it out the outlet, it doesn't seem to impact the flow. And even if it plugged up one of these cups, it would just overflow and go to the next one. So I like the design in that aspect, and the water is doing a really good job following it down. Well, I hope you learned something about rain chains. Thanks for watching. Adios.